Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of October. Do a little garage cleanup video tonight. I don't know how cold it's going to be tonight. It's about 62 degrees right now, which is way above normal. But I have to go somewhere in the morning, so I want the vehicle in the garage. So we need to clean up a couple things here. So over the last 2 days, we had unseasonably warm temperatures. Today was even warmer than yesterday, and today I'm not sure it was 90, but the inside of the house got to 78. The back of the house, not the front, so it was considerably warm. The front of the house was in the 90s, but yeah, very warm, very warm for this time of year. So I've been using the last 2 days to work here in the garage, because if you open the door and put the fans on, it's kind of like being outside, and was able to enjoy the warm weather. Curiously, there are still some reasonably warm days in the forecast. There's still several days in the 10-day forecast with 60s and even low 70s, which is unusual. So I did, whoa, I think that bulb is going out. I did some electrical work yesterday and today. Yesterday today I'm going to turn the light on so we can actually see it. Yesterday I ran this 10-2 here into the, and this is on video, so I'm not going to cover this too deep, but I did that. So now we have a 30 amp outlet here in the garage for testing air conditioners. And what I will do for the heater, because this replaced the heater outlet, is I'll just put together a 30 amp to 20 amp adapter and plug the heater in that way. And then the other wire that I put in was this 10-3, which I still have to feed it up through the wall. This will be for the living room air conditioner in the summertime, and for the Christmas tree in the wintertime. And so that's why I wanted to get this done, pretty soon, because we're going to need that within a month. And then the third wire that I ran, this I did not do on video, is this. This is another 10-3. And why is that wet? What the heck? It doesn't really feel like oil. It's not super slippery. That's bizarre. We got this wire here. This is a 10-3. It also goes into the other room there. And that goes here. It comes along here. And it goes outside. And that is for the generator. I forgot to turn on the lights out here when I came down, so I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to see. But it runs under here to a hookup. It's too dark. But here it is. That wasn't slippery, but it's kind of, I don't know what that was on there. Kind of grimy. Ugh. Anyways, so we got that for the generator. I didn't do that on video because I just wanted to get it done. And I want that for the winter time. And I think this is the last day that I was going to really feel like working on something outside. So we got that done. I haven't connected the indoor part yet. Actually, I haven't connected the indoor part for any of this wiring yet, but at least the difficult part is done. Because in order to run all three of these, I had to pull out this whole stack of air conditioners, which is kind of a big production. So I did that, put the wires in, put the air conditioners back, and now we have this nice display of 16 air conditioners that we can actually see. And there's a pretty good variety of different ones represented here. And I put the gigantic Carrier Super Weather Maker and the Carrier that was in the kitchen. I put that into the basement because I don't want anything stored in here past what's this wall here. I want this whole area to be working space. So that's that. Got that moved out, and now I'll be doing a lot of work in the other area there to clean that up, get that more organized. So this is good. This is the way I wanted it to be. It takes up a reasonable amount of space. It's very compact, very high efficiency storage, and it's working well. So now we got a couple other things we got to deal with. I got to bring the lawnmower in. I haven't done that yet. Cleaned up some leaves today and just leaving it outside to cool down. And actually, I want to reverse the leaf blower. The leaf blower was supposed to go in the other way. In fact, you know what? Let's do some vacuuming over here. Get this area cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll put it back the way it's supposed to be. We're going this far, we should at least clean it up and sweep it and put it all back dirty. This is the best vacuum hose I've ever used. Fantastic. Show me the preview. This quad? Is that time of year we're gonna start getting a lot of cobwebs in the house. I gotta spray the foundation again, but you still get some. That's just what happens when you live in near the woods, especially in the wintertime. The way I set this up is that this leaf blower put the handle up like this into the storage position, and then I push this back all the way like this. Put that under there, and then I have the chute needs to be repaired. I don't want to use this chute until I repair it, which is becoming a problem because now the leaves are starting to fall pretty heavy, and I like to be using the machine. Probably can fix this pretty easily with hot glue, but see, this is splitting here, and this is busted here. Now inherently looks like my grandfather tried to repair this at one point, so it probably broke a while ago, but we need to repair it again. These things are much more rare than the blower itself. I have never been able to find another one. You can find plenty of blowers for sale, but not the apparatus here. So I just kind of tie this up like that. Keep that with that. This is supposed to go flat up against here. And then I'll get the lawnmower in here. This, and then the vacuums. So this is how that area was supposed to be. When I designed this originally, put the shelf in and so forth, I wanted air conditioners on the shelf, and then I wanted everything in front under the bikes, because this floor space is useless anyways because they hang too low. I wanted everything underneath it to be on wheels so that it's easy access. And then I don't know what happened, the thing just turned into a pile of junk. So I cleaned all that up and actually got rid of some of the junk, and now this area is set up the way it was supposed to be. So now this will be the only part of the garage that has stuff on the floor, and since it's all on wheels, it's easily movable. I might keep a couple dehumidifiers lined up over here just because when it floods I use them. I might as well store them where I use them versus somewhere else. And that's really the only big stuff that's... Oh, you know what else has to go somewhere? Is those Dayton pedestal fans. I gotta think about what to do with those. I've been kind of leaving one over there by the door because that's where I usually use it. What I should really do is build some platforms on wheels. I think I have some casters somewhere. I should build a platform on wheels. In fact, do I have? I think I might have some casters in this box. I have no idea why, but I just remember there being some casters in here. Yep, there's casters in here, but I don't know. I don't think so that. Oh, actually, some of these might be. If I use these are nice, like hard rubber ones. And these are these locking? Yeah, they would need to be locking casters for the fans. So I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Prefer like 5 for purposes of stability. Here's 4. So we can definitely make this happen. I have at least 4. That's one apparatus, and then I have these. Let's see, do I have 4 of those as well? 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And these are a bunch of like plastic casters, which actually these can hold a decent amount of weight, but I don't know. I'm not into plastic stuff that much. Alright, so maybe I'll do that. I'll design some rolling platforms with these casters for those 2 pedestal fans. As it is right now, those things are a pain in the neck to move around. Not easy. Okay, but this is not a let's build things at 10 o'clock video. This is a clean up the garage and go to sleep type video. Or at least it's supposed to be. At some point I gotta deal with this side of the room. I gotta put all that stuff in that green bin somewhere else. I want to use up the rest of this wood. I want to use those 2 big sheets of plywood in the back to frame out the windows in the studio and to build shelves in the closet in the bedroom. That should use up all that wood. Not that it takes up a lot of space, but it looks bad. And then this is the studio tripod. This piece is going to go on top of the computer desk. These pieces I used to use for the wheelbarrow to make it over the thing on the bottom of the door, but now I don't need that because I don't keep pellets in here anymore. So really we could get rid of these 2 pieces. They're an odd shape. I'm probably never going to use them. This is a piece of pine. It's long enough that I think it's worth keeping. It's cut square. And then this, I don't know what this is. It's a weird texture on the back. All those miscellaneous pieces over there, whatever I don't use to deal with the framing of the windows and the making of the shelves, I'll probably cancel out. Okay, so that's that. For now, the stupid ladders just kind of pile on top of each other, which is not ideal. I don't like it that way, but that's what it is for now. We'll try to figure out something better later on. For now, these lawnmowers, I don't know what to do with these lawnmowers. They're kind of cool. I've used them once or twice, but the height adjustment does not go tall enough to really use it in the summertime at all. So I'm not sure that they're worth keeping. I could cut with them like this time of year, but not during the summer. Got a second streetlight pole. I thought I might be able to do this today, but I decided to do the electrical projects instead because those are practical, whereas this is just a hobby project. Can get done in the spring or any other time. So we'll just stick this up here, and whenever I get to it, I get to it. Zero urgency. Although it would be nice to have this light set up the way I'm thinking of doing it for the fall, because I can use it when I'm cleaning up leaves at night. And you know, it just occurred to me I should make more use of the rafters to store lumber, because it does slide in there pretty nice. Got an extra 2x4 here. This is 8 foot in length. I think I'm going to slip it in here. I like it. That's an interesting concept. I like that. At least for longer pieces anyways. Shorter pieces I've been throwing out of the bench here. Okay, the table's a complete disaster. That's nice. I used a lot of tools today. I kind of wish I had done it on video because I used a lot of tools, but it was more important to accomplish the task. I even used the router again. Oh, I did something else that was nice. I cut away that board that protruded into the window. See how low it went, like 2 or 3 inches in the window. So I cut that out. Now the window is a little bit more clear. It's still filthy. Can't see a daggone thing out this window. We gotta clean them. At least there's no wood in the way anymore. some point we'll clean up this drawer. I have that Husky bin we'll use to put all this stuff into instead. Where are the rest of the bits? No, I used both of these bits today. Here they are. These are excellent bits. These bits are terrible. They're very dull. I gotta sharpen those. Those are not working at all. This is an excellent bit. This is for the streetlight project. I'm going to keep this separate in a bag over here. This is part of the electrical project upstairs. 30 amp for the living room. Use that to make an adapter back to 120. I used these cheesy, cheap, unbranded Chinese blades in that saw. I bought a bunch of these earlier this year. And it was a very inexpensive pack of like 6 or 8 of each. And these are fantastic blades. I've used this many times. It's still sharp as can be. They're great. It's very unusual to have cheap, cheesy products be that good. But sometimes they are. This is defective. go back inside. This wire is so thick, I'm even going to keep these little pieces because they're good for making hooks and so forth. More plastic film. So that goes with that. I need to buy a proper generator cord, but I'm going to use those plugs and that piece of wire to make a temporary one in case I need it before I can afford to buy a regular real cord. They're not cheap, they're a couple $100 a piece. I don't need one of them, but still a lot of money. Test that attic fan. This seems like it would really move some air. Unfortunately, the blade is kind of out of clock from kicking around on the floor in here, but pretty serious motor on there. It's a 6-pole shaded pole motor. I don't know if it's a Macmillan or some Chinese knockoff. It's a Chinese knockoff. Certain ventilation. Okay, 3/4 inch shaft. 3.5 amps, but it's shaded pole, so it's not that strong. But it's only probably a 14-inch blade. Super steep pitch. Come with a thermostat. This is small enough I could probably build a box that would set this in the windows upstairs and maybe run it on a variable speed control or something. Interesting idea. Time to replace the dehumidifier with the heater. I'm not going to take the dehumidifier too far because we'll need it when it floods. These nails are still good. Pretty much clear to bring the vehicle. I just got to vacuum everything real good. There's some packing peanuts over here. I was using this patent earlier. pretty convinced that there's no nails or screws on the floor here. I'm going to do something in this this block because it's a tripping hazard. I wonder if I can get one of those things that has like the bell on the hose, like you see at the Goodwill or the gas station or whatever. That'd be kind of interesting to have. Less of a tripping hazard than that, at least. Someday we'll take a look at that kitchen stuff. This is all the wood that I cut away from the window. For those pieces out, they're too small to be worth holding on to. Got a projector. It is Epson's projector. That's cool. I don't find projectors too often. Alright, that's going to be good enough for tonight. It's much further than it was. I can see a lot more of the floor. We'll vacuum the carpet, just because I like vacuuming. And then I'll move the carpet and then I'm going to go to sleep. Good. Part of the carpet got all crinkled over there. Haven't been able to actually see the floor over there for a long time to fix it. Now I can put something there and fix it. We'll just use this vacuum because it's already set up and it works pretty good. Get this vacuum up off the curb for free. I think in the springtime. I've got a lot of use out of this thing. You know, a new belt, but otherwise it was in good condition. Normally I don't really like bagless vacuums because I think they make a mess when you empty them and filters and everything, but here in the garage where the dirt volume is very high, kind of makes sense. Okay, well, the garage is looking better than it was. A lot better than it was 2 days ago. So that's good. And we've got electrical projects, significant progress on electrical projects. And now just another 2 or 3 days in here should get this cleaned up, and then we'll put the pegboard on the wall, clean up the computer area. I'll fix that other chest of drawers so we can actually open and shut the drawers nicely, and then we'll have a good functional workspace. One last thing I'll mention on this video regarding the dishwasher. So this dishwasher does not fill, doesn't fill up, and I initially thought that probably it's a water solenoid issue. And then some people in the commentary box said that this piece down here is a float switch. Now I thought that this was a sprayer based on the looks of it, but something is clearly broken here, and it is absolutely some type of switch. Now, I don't understand why it would work once I filled it with water. So I still have some suspicions it might be a solenoid issue. But that switch is definitely potentially messed up. Although I'm not sure that it's broken, because if it lifts up and turns off, you could hear when the piece was lifted up, you could hear a click. So I don't necessarily think that it needs to be like glued to whatever it was. It seems like it might still be working even though it seems to be broken. So I don't know. I still have a hunch that it's the solenoid, but maybe it's that switch. I don't know. We'll have to do some troubleshooting on this soon. I'd like to get this in place before winter, but I just don't know if it's going to happen.